TitleMatchNetwork.com.
You also teamed with Ric Flair at the Omni in WCW.
Yeah, I think we had a stretcher match or something like that. Basically just a straight match. It wasn't nothing special. I was just there to do the favor. You know, I had to be the one on the stretcher, first man on the stretcher. The team loses, and of course I took the bump and rolled out on the stretcher. I teamed with Flair in some town in Arkansas, Oklahoma, somewhere in the Midwest. I don't even remember him. Me and Flair against somebody, and basically we had a riot. It was people just started crazy, throwing stuff, and Flair was all crazy that night, one of them nights, and he was strutting around the ring, you know, and I'm like ducking and hiding, and he's like happy as can be, like he's in another, you know, like strutting, woo, we having a riot, gang, yeah, you know, doing his old Flair thing like that. It was like, man.
Now, what are your memories of the Dungeon of Doom gimmick? You were with Kevin again and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was back with Kevin Sullivan, Dungeon of Doom.
You had the makeup on your face.
He come up with this idea about putting this makeup on me and spiking my hair up, and we did things with straight jackets and all, I went from being a normal one-man gang to some mental institution one-man gang. I don't know where it came about. I didn't mind it. It didn't bother me. I mean, the Dungeon of Doom, I always liked the Dungeon of Doom. I just wished, I could have stuck around with it a little longer.
Do you think you could have been used better in WCW?
Oh, of course I could have been. I feel that 100%. I feel, I should have had a contract with them. I should have made some of that big money. I feel I had the same talent, if not more, than some of them guys.
What were the politics like there?
Politics was when it was, whoever could get the biggest contract, basically. That's all their concerns were. They wanted to make sure they had that contract.
Any standout matches in WCW?
Not really, none. Not particular. I don't think none of them were great. I was just there because I was on a little nightly guarantee. I was making $500 a show.
Right.
That was all. And half the time I wasn't working. When I wasn't working, I wasn't getting paid. So I was pretty disgusted with the whole situation. Like they would do the Monday night shows, I wouldn't even be included on them. I was their champion. They wouldn't even put me on the Monday night show.
That's when they were doing nitros?
Right. So I wouldn't get paid. I'd be left at the hotel or wherever because they was doing TVs in Florida down there at the Universal thing.
Right.
So, I might do a TV and get paid, but other than that, they'd go to the Monday night show and wherever they'd do in Florida, somewhere close by, and I wouldn't even be included. I'm left there and not making any money, spending my own money.